Are you putting yourself last? Are you really focused on other people's needs, other people's problems at the detriment of your own?
You're like, oh, everyone else is so important, more than myself. So I'm going to focus on everyone else.
And I'll leave myself till last. I'm going to focus on my family, focus on my business, focus on my friendships to the detriment of myself. Like, they need to be fine before I'm fine. And I'm going to be last on that list because they're more important than me. See, the problem with this approach, and I've done this before many times in my life, the problem with this approach is that for me, it left me feeling exhausted with health problems, right? Poor skin, sugar cravings, lots of stress, and really just no time for myself. So I started hating myself because I resented others because they needed my time so much that I needed it for myself, but I didn't know how to say no. I was putting other people before myself. And this takes a toll on your health. So if you're doing this in your life, then I'd invite you to look at that and be like, why am I putting everyone else before myself? Do I value myself that little that I'm perceiving other people to be more important than me? And this is something that I've had to work on a lot to come to terms with the fact that it's okay for me to put myself first. And in fact, that's actually what's needed for me to build up my confidence, my self-esteem, and for others to respect the fact that I'm putting myself first, because when I put myself first, I can be better for everyone else. And that's the concept that I had to understand, was that everyone gets a better version of me when my cup is full, right? And that is something you really need to understand, is that everyone else out there gets a better version of you once your cup is full, because you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So if you're drained and exhausted, how are you gonna fill someone else up? How are you gonna empower them, inspire them, and help them to do whatever you want them to do? And whatever it is for you, like whatever the work project is, or your family, you want to spend time with your family and be present for them. How can you do that if you're exhausted or you're just depleted of energy because you've spent it outside of yourself? You got to bring that in and then put yourself first. And that is where the power comes from to go and affect the world in the way that you want to. This is something that I'm doing right now. Like when I do these videos, it gives me power. Like that's just my nature, that's my makeup, is these videos give me energy. So do more of the things that give you energy. This is what I'm saying to you right now. This is what I've done, and it's magical. Like the results that happen is like, I interviewed Amina on the podcast, and she said, when I do more things for me, amazing things happen. Like everything just works. And that's what I'm saying, is when you do more things for you, everything just works. Now, the reason why people won't do things for themselves is because they feel guilt. They're like, oh, I should do this. Like they feel like they should do something for someone else. And that is something that you need to work through. And I can help you with that. But you need to work through that, because that's going to stop you from actually stepping into your true power, which is where you put yourself first. And think about this. You are a Ferrari. This is how I like to view myself. I'm a Ferrari. So if you had a Ferrari right now, maybe you do, maybe you do, I don't know. But let's say you got a Ferrari. Are you going to put the best fuel into the Ferrari? Of course you are, right? And that's going to be super important to you, right? So it's the same thing with you. When you wake up, put the best fuel into your body. And that can be food. It can be whatever you're doing, like for example, sauna and ice bath. If that's going to fill your cup up, this is what you need to be doing before you do anything else. And a lot of people give me excuses. I work with people that have 7-8 figure businesses. They give me excuses about,
oh, my team needs me.
But you've enabled your team to need you, right? So that's a whole nother thing. It's like, because you're a people pleaser, like this is one of my clients, right? He likes to please others a lot to the detriment of himself. So he'll put other people's needs before his own. And so everyone needs him because he's done that. And now it's like reclaiming your power, being more selfish, and be like, hey, no, this is the clear boundary here, and I need this time. Don't hit me up until after midday, right? And so now you've got firm boundaries in place. So now you have all this time to put energy into yourself, fill your cup up, then you can go out into the world and crush it in a more efficient manner, okay? And so this is something that I help my clients with, because I'm working with like CEOs and stuff like that, and so they need this kind of guidance and just the reassurance that, hey, everything's going to be okay. Just people will respect your boundaries. And this is something that I didn't have boundaries for my whole life. Like I was that guy that would put everyone else before myself and wonder why I didn't have any confidence. My self-esteem was going down the drain because I was putting everyone else before myself. So I don't want this video to get too long, but just understand that putting yourself first is important, and people will respect it, and the people that don't weren't important anyway. That's how I look at it now. And so yeah, put myself first, and then everything else works. And I hope you do the same. And if you want help with this, if you want to go deeper into why you're not putting yourself first and what's stopping you from doing that so you can get the results that you want, which is obviously to lean down to your ideal body weight, pack on that muscle, and then really like get rid of that fat on your belly, okay? And just look like you actually work out and feel better about yourself, and be proud of who you are and what you're accomplishing in this life, and really to realize your full potential. Go ahead and click the link below this video and go ahead and book your free call with us, and we can get on the phone and talk about your situation and where you are now, where you want to be, and help you get there in the fastest time with our help, so you have permanent results, not just temporary. All right, if that sounds like something of interest, click the link in the description, and if not, no worries, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.